for sticks that come off the ice and get up into the hand-hip area. And, you know, we're trying to stress to our guys, there's no sense going up there with your stick anyhow. Nothing good can come out of it. Keep it down on the ice and check that way. So the whole league's going to have to get used to that part. And then I'm sure you're going to ask me about face-offs as well. And we had some linesmen, or the linesman tonight came in and talked to our players about that new standard and how strict it's going to be called. And we saw the double toss-out and then the penalty for it. So they are going to be that strict right off the bat. I'm sure that will adjust to it. The other teams will adjust to it, and it probably won't be as big a factor later on in the year, but it certainly will early. That's okay, Jason, I can hear.
Yeah, you're one of the guys back in when they came out of the lockout where they cracked down and it lasted all year long. From a coaching perspective, what did you learn from that you're going to tell this group to, I guess, stick with it, not frustrated? Because obviously if they stick to those new guidelines, there'll be significant more penalties.
Absolutely. In 2005, when the changes really began for hooking and holding, and after that 2005 lockout, when we came out of it, I believe I was in Detroit, we had well over 500 power plays that year. And that's how important that unit and the penalty kill units become. We saw that tonight with all the play, uneven play, 5-on-5, 5-on-4, 5-on-3s, both sides. Those areas have to be very polished because you're not going to get away with it throughout the season if the standard stays where it's at. So we'll remind our players that we don't want to be taking these penalties, but in the meantime, we'll be working on our special teams units probably a little bit more because they'll be required.
3-point night for Maroon, couple for Strome as well. Lots of power play time you saw with them as well. Just maybe evaluate that unit.
I thought our whole group, them leading, that we were really good early. We were on our toes, we were buzzing, and then it kind of changed a little bit in the second period. We got casual and a little lax. You know, those guys, you could see they were veterans that had played before and played in key situations. Connor and Patty and even Letestu on the power play unit. Stromer fit in well there. Whacked at a couple pucks in and around the crease, so it was nice to see him with his nose over it in the blue paint. That's where he's going to have to score. You know, but they were well-established players that had played together before, and you could see it. You know, some of the others that were still trying to figure out their chemistry and stuff, maybe it wasn't as smooth for them, but a good night all in all.
Todd, it's obviously really early, but you mentioned Strome on your power play. Your #1 unit last year, end of the season, really strong. Do you look at changing that, or do you plan to start the season with the same?
Well, we'll continue to work and tinker a little bit, but our plan isn't to fool around a lot with our with Connor's unit anyhow, with Letestu there, and you saw what he can do on the power play again tonight. With Letestu there, and Leon assumes a spot, so with Strome, there's time on another unit, and you know, we're looking for a righty that can shoot it. Jesse Puljujärvi had some great shooting opportunities and some good scoring chances tonight, but he didn't capitalize on them. He's got to get a shot off quicker. It doesn't have to be as heavy, just needs to be released a little quicker. But he'll learn that as we go along, and so there's some competition for that right-handed shot on the power play unit. Good night.